All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekar Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the others, a great millstone that taught me this truth, and a sincere peace, blessings, and salutations to you, Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing his knowledge and truth and his sincerity. It's the brother Barzal from the GMS Arizona Camp Low Will with another quick lesson to edify. Right. So in this lesson, man, I just want to address the topic of our attitude, as, we walk day to day in this truth and being mindful of how we carry ourselves, and ultimately, mentally, we should be doing things that, puts us in a spirit where we can, to a degree, wake up and feel good about ourselves, feel good about our day to day, feel good about, who we are in this walk in this truth. That energizes our spirits, that energizes us mentally and physically, and giving attention to those things, because the Lord didn't set us up in this truth to be walking around, moping, hunched over, slumped over, miserable, constantly dwelling on the hell and the chastisement that we have to endure on this walk in the truth. He didn't bring us into this truth for that, and sometimes brothers need a reminder to, pick themselves up, man, hey, hold their heads up high, and endure the chastising of the Lord and taking it cheerfully. That's something that we can never forget, even though it don't feel good. We're vexed in this wicked ass world and around these wicked people, in their filthy conversation. The Lord still left us plenty that we can be excited about through the Spirit, for the fact that He brought us out of the world and into this glorious truth, and that He's given it to us, little old us, the nobodies, that nobody is, reverencing, nobody counts as anything. He could have chosen any of the millions and millions of people on this planet, but He chose us, okay, to have this truth, to, Lord willing, be a part of a potential member of the elect, little old us. So we got so much to be excited about, and we should be living and conducting our lives in that manner, not allowing the bitterness of what we have to endure completely consume us and our minds and our thoughts, where when we can flip that around, and the Lord left us plenty of tools, like music, congregating with the brothers, prayer, fasting. He left us plenty of tools to get that woe is me spirit up off of us, man. All right. So this lesson is just a reminder that the Lord said that we should take His chastening cheerfully, and that means that we should be wearing that on our outer man. Inside, yeah, we're going to be moaning and groaning and crying out to the Lord, and praying that, His redemption is near, but outwardly, hey, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have a smile on our face. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're serious men, and all that, but that don't mean that you can't wear a smile when you get around the brothers, that you can't come with some energy, that pick another brother up that's next to you that might be enduring some things. That don't mean that, you can't, try to do things that invigorates and energizes your spirit, to a degree, it brings you a bit of a peace of mind, you see, to be able to endure another day. So a few precepts, man. We're going to start, matter of fact, Ecclesiastes 2. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And here's the point: whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. See that? We got to take it cheerfully, whatever the Lord brings upon us, as we trying to endure, right? As we're trying to constantly endure. It says, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So when the Lord puts us through various trials and tribulations, then we have to be patient, and we're supposed to take it cheerfully. So that means when the Lord is putting some hell upon you, and then you're going to the camp, or you're getting around brothers maybe to do a sit down and lesson, brothers shouldn't automatically see it on you that, hey, you going through hell and you catching hell. You don't have to bring that energy around the brothers. There are times that you need to, and then you may seek counsel. Brothers give you some words of encouragement to keep pushing. But I'm just saying that that's something that you shouldn't allow to consume you, because trust and believe other brothers is going through their walk and their form of hell as well. And we all have to continue to fight and continue to endure. So it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. We're supposed to take it cheerfully, man. So when you get that word cheerful, this is just from the dictionary, Google search. It says the word cheerful. It says noticeably happy and optimistic. And we have so much to be happy and optimistic about when it comes to biblical prophecy. Hey, we're seeing the Lord's prophecy play out just as he wrote it. We know, okay, that we're living in a time where the prophecies are speaking. So, hey, that alone is more than enough for us to be excited about, knowing that we have this truth, because there's no better place to be than to be in the truth going into the times of end time prophecy. No better place to be. So we have to be thankful of that. Now, if you go down to the next definition, it says causing happiness by its nature or appearance. So by your appearance, hey, other brothers should be able to feed off of that energy. When you come in that cheerful spirit, in spite of everything that you're dealing with in your day-to-day life. Not being able to pay bills, being short on rent, dealing with bodily ailments, car troubles, your woman's been a fucking demon, all of these things. You don't have to bring that around the brotherhood, or you don't have to wear it on your sleeve, you see, because this all just part of what we have to endure on this side, the hell that we have to go through in order to continue, in order to get to our kingdom, where everything is going to be put back in order. So we should be taking it cheerfully, man. Ain't gonna be that. It shouldn't be that woe is me, I'm going through more. None of that. Just take that chastisement cheerfully, because that means what the Lord deals with you. He's dealing with you as a son, man. I'm gonna just run through these real quick, man. Job 5:17. It says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. It says, therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. All right. Okay. Because you should be happy that the Lord is correcting you, because he's keeping you on the path towards salvation. That's what that correction is for. He's allowing you not to fall off and be lost out there with the world, or the men that came in, or that were called but not chosen. If the Lord is chastening you, he's keeping you in line. Okay. He's keeping you on that path to success. All right. And that just means that he cares. So when you look at it from that aspect, it's a beautiful thing that the Lord cares so much for you that he'll whip your ass when he see you veering off left or veering off right, to keep you on that straight and narrow path. See? So verse 18 says, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He wounded and his hands make whole. So the Lord is going to make sure that none of his elect are lost. And part of that is correcting us. So we can't despise it. We got to be happy that the Lord is showing that much care for us. You see? So everything is mental. It's the way that you approach a situation or the way that you think about the things that you're going through that determines how you handle it. You know, sometimes it's a matter of flipping your perspective on the things that you're going through. You know, praying to Yahweh Shema Shai for answers. What do you want me to get from this? What do you want me to learn from this? And giving the Lord time to reveal it to you. But it's about your perspective. Sometimes we got to just flip our minds and change our minds about the things that we're going through, and really pray to the Lord and seek answers. But we should be taking these things happily, man, because it's all for our profit, right? So Proverbs 3:11 says, "My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction." Let's go to the precept, see if there's more on that. It says, "For whom the Lord," verse 12, "for whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth." It says, "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding." See, so that means the Lord is dealing with us as sons, you know. Man, that's a blessing. That's a blessing to be so nigh unto the Most High. You see, it's a blessing to be so nigh unto the Most High. Out of all of these people on this earth, out of all of the, is over what is either close to or over 8 billion people on this planet Earth, and there's only a handful of brothers that had this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and you are one of them. But the Lord requires for us to go through a certain level of fire. So we just have to go through it and endure it, you know. But we got to take it cheerfully, man, because we can't forget about the position that the Lord put us in. And we can be grateful and show our appreciation by happily going through the things that the Lord put us through, just like the apostles, when they were beat, for the word of the Lord. So Acts 5, it says, Acts 5:40, it says, "And to him they agreed. And when they called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahweh Shai, and let them go." And listen what the apostles, their outlook and their attitude about being beaten for preaching in the name of Yahweh Shai was. Verse 41, it says, "And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name." So they rejoice that they got hands put on them for preaching in the name of Yahweh Shai. Hey, they could have had a different attitude about it. They could have, that could have broke their spirits, and they could have said, "Hey, this is too much. Hey, this is too much, man. Like we're getting beat, we're getting arrested, we're going through all of these things. Hey, this is too much." So, Salaki about all the background noise. If y'all can hear that, I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but it's fucking distracting as hell. That's what I'm saying. This is hell, man. All right, you can't get no fucking peace, man. You try to concentrate, study the word of the Lord, and then you got family and shit. You got distractions all over the place. You literally got to fight for every little thing that you get in this truth, man. The Lord make us earn it all. Hey, the scriptures say that count the cost, and that's just part of it. That's part of it, man. All we got to do is put our head down, keep toiling, and continue to endure. Like I said, over and over again, and I'll say it again. We got to constantly endure. This is just part of the walk. And we just, stay mentally tough. Like I said, there's plenty to be excited about, man. Things that get you excited in the spirit to keep living and keep, working and enduring in this truth. You got to do them. You got to make time for them. Whether that's taking a long walk, whether that's listening to music, finding ways to have time to yourself so you have clarity of thought where you can think. You have to find time to do these things. Work them into your day, man. It's certain chords in music that I find very comforting to my spirit. And when David was dealing with Saul, there was certain, he would play the harp, to get demons up off of Saul. And you can literally feel it. There's this it's kind of like a meditation tune, and I play it when I hop in the shower. And for that 10 minutes, I feel like I've escaped. And that 10 minutes escape, is enough to put me in a mind state to continue to fight. You see? And these are things that we should be exercising so that we can continue to stay excited, energized about the position that we're in, and waking up day by day, ready to continue to labor for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you see? So again, Acts 5:41, it says, and they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. It's the same attitude we have to have. The things that we have to suffer for the name of Yahushua, we should rejoice. Because why? It's all for our profit. Last scripture. All right. Read down on Hebrews 12. All right, starting at verse 5, it says, and ye have gotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, see, you have to endure it. The Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? It says, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit. You see that? That's something that always has to come to mind. When the Lord is chastising the men that he's dealing with, it's for our profit, it's for our benefit. Always. All right. That's why we got to take it cheerfully. And when we look and seek out those answers. Okay, what am I going through this for? Is it for my correction? Did I go off? Is it to gain experience? What am I to learn from this? And pray that the Lord reveals it to you. It says, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness, man. See? So it says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of the righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby, man. See? So even though it's painful in the moment, it's going to yield the fruit, of righteousness. And this is how the Lord trains us up. Okay, continue to build us up, continues to perfect us in our walk in this truth. All right. And so again, this is just an exhortation for brothers to continue to push and, take that chastisement cheerfully. The Lord meant that when he said it. We should have a cheerful attitude in dealing with whatever it is that we have to deal with in this truth all the way until the end, because that woe is me spirit, ain't gonna do nothing but, basically plant a seed of bitterness that could potentially, overcome and overwhelm you, man. And that could be your ticket out of this thing. So we always want to be mindful of these things, man. The attitude that we carry, the energy, and always try to flip that around. Don't lose perspective on how the Lord wants us to handle ourselves when we're going through whatever we got to go through on our walk. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Until next time, say shalom.